morning. Good morning. Happy Monday, everybody. Hopefully, you guys had a good weekend. It was the last regular season week of football, so we have a lot to talk about. I streamed yesterday at 11. It's only been 24 hours, and we have so much to talk about. Coaches obviously getting fired, as always happens at this day, the day after the last week. So we have a ton to talk about. Coaches getting fired, Joy Taylor. I mean, I don't even know if I want to get involved with that. Injuries ahead of the playoffs. We've got lines out, obviously, for week one of the playoffs. This is I've said this a few times this year, but this right here, this week, might be the best sports week of the football season. I don't want to say of 2025 because it's literally the first full week of 2025. Like, that really wouldn't count, I guess, I don't want to say that the first week of the year is the best because there could be other stuff coming, down the road this year. But this week right here is going to be incredible. We've got college football playoffs Thursday night, Friday night. We've got NFL playoffs Saturday, Sunday, Monday. I mean, it's a great time to be a football fan. It's a great time to bet and play fantasy sports for this week here, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday. We also I'm not really going to talk about this, but if you're a WWE fan, that is on Netflix starting tonight, so that's like a big deal. Obviously, we still have golf later this week as well, hockey, basketball in full swing, college basketball. There's a lot going on this week. But we're going to dive in here. I'm not going to go through the games like I typically do just because a lot of them were meaningless games and, we have playoffs this week. We're definitely going to talk about these coaches getting fired. We're going to talk about, like I said, who I think maybe could work in there, who they're requesting to interview, all that good stuff. We got a lot to talk about. And if you guys have anything that you would like me to talk about, just drop it in the chat there. Let's go through here. So right now we have what? 5 openings, right? The New England Patriots fired Gerard Mayo. Obviously, the Jets are open. The Bears are open. So there's 3. And then the Jaguars fired Doug Peterson. And the Saints are also open. So right now we have 5 head coaching jobs open and available. I don't really know what the Jets are doing. Someone could answer this. The Giants decided to keep their coaching staff, which was a little surprising to some, I would say. But the Jets are like, look, if you're a bad team, which the Jets have been for a long time, like leaving no stone unturned in your coaching, search, I think is smart, right? That's a good decision. But why are they just like any retread terrible coach? Why are they just like trying to talk to them? Arthur Smith. Like, do these teams, like, do the Jets not think that everyone is laughing at them when they request to interview Arthur Smith? Like, what is the point? Why would you want Arthur Smith to be your head coach? You have quite literally pretty much unlimited options. Why would you want Arthur Smith? Same thing can be said for Rex Ryan. You have unlimited options. Why would you want it in 2025, the year 2025? Why would you want Rex Ryan to be your coach? What is the positive? And if we have any Jets fans watching, spin me. Why would anyone want Rex Ryan to be their coach? It doesn't make any sense. I struggle to understand how there are people in positions of power that think that would be a good idea. Bobby Slowick. Didn't they requested to interview Bobby Slowick? Have you watched the Houston Texans play football this year? What on earth has Bobby Slowick done to make you think you could bring him in and it would be good? Like, have you watched Houston play? It's been bad. Yeah, Jets right here, 50 minutes ago. Jets request to interview Texans OC Bobby Slowick. Like, and then like, look, I'm not saying the Jet. I think it's probably pretty clear where Ben Johnson's going to go. Like, if you're in the NFL circle, so maybe the Jets know they don't have a chance with Ben Johnson, but you have to understand though from the outside point of view how it looks if you're going to request Bobby Slowick and not Ben Johnson. What does that say to us? Like, if Bobby Slowick is just an off-brand version of Ben Johnson, I don't understand it. He's a worse version of Ben Johnson. What the I don't know. I honestly, maybe I'll get proven wrong. Maybe history will change, the tides will turn, and the Jets will become a good team again. Maybe. But look, I don't know what the hell the Jets are doing. I'm just gonna say it. And to be quite honest with you, I don't think they know what they're doing either. I think that's pretty evident. If you've watched how the New York Jets have operated for my entire lifetime watching sports, I don't think they know what they're doing either. But yeah. All right. So lost all respect. Yeah, Guru. Yeah, I don't disagree. I guess that's kind of how it is though, in that industry. I guess that's just how it goes. All right, what else? Let's look here. I have Twitter pulled up. I want to see. Okay, Zay Flowers day to day. The Ravens have no chance of winning anything if they don't have Zay Flowers, so they better hope he's okay. And I'm not saying you better hope he's okay to like where he can play. Like, you better hope he's 100%. If Zay Flowers is not 100%, the Baltimore Ravens are off of my list to win the Super Bowl. Right now, there's a list of teams that can win the Super Bowl. That list consists of 2 NFC teams and 3 AFC teams. If you want to debate a couple of the NFC teams, I think you could do that. I would give you leeway. But for me personally, it's a 5-team list. And it's the Detroit Lions, Philadelphia Eagles, Buffalo Bills, Kansas City Chiefs, and Baltimore Ravens. That's the list of teams that this season can win the Super Bowl. If the Ravens lose Zay Flowers or Zay Flowers is not 100% healthy, he's off. The Ravens are off the list. It's down to 4 teams. So they better hope he's okay. Like, they better hope this day-to-day, like, they need him 100%. Jets put in a request to interview Matt Nagy. Okay. Again, Matt Nagy and Bobby Slowick, but no Ben Johnson. Look, this could be wait. Okay, I just had an idea. Hear me out on this. This could be a psyop from the Jets, false flag coaching hire, if you will, because they want Rex Ryan for whatever reason. They want Rex Ryan. So what their idea is, let's just request to interview everybody that we know people will laugh at us for, so that when we pick Rex Ryan, it can be like they can say, oh, well, we picked him over Arthur Smith and Matt Nagy. Like, they can defend their own decision. I actually think that's what they're doing. So yeah, that just further rests my case that the Jets have no idea what they're doing. I think that's at least a 30% chance of what they're doing because it doesn't make any sense. Why would you interview Matt Nagy? What like am I wrong? Someone can tell me if I'm wrong, but what is even the point of that? That doesn't even make any sense. Bears request to interview Drew Petzing. Okay. I don't have any problems with that. Drew Petzing would be a better interview than Bobby Slowick, I think. I would rank him above Bobby Slowick in my rankings of offensive coordinators. A lot of teams put into interview Aaron Glenn, which I think is interesting. I mean, like Vance Joseph, again, like what are we doing here? I don't really know. Like, is Aaron Glenn like do you guys think he would be a good head coach? Like, I don't even really think he's that great of a defensive coordinator. Now, he had a great game plan last night. I don't know like what the Vikings. I mean, we haven't talked about that. I don't really know what the Vikings were doing last night, but Aaron Glenn had a pretty good game plan. Like I don't know, when you look at it in a vacuum, I mean, the Vikings are a very good coaching staff. Vikings are a very good coaching staff, but their game plan was trash last night. And it just is what it is. They were trying to throw the ball too deep down the field. Sam Darnold came out in the game, and you could just tell that he he was really amped up. All of his throws were high. He was missing throws, and then the Lions were just coming at him with everything they have, like all out blitzing. And the Vikings, they had like no answer for it. It was bizarre, truly bizarre that they had no answer for it. I don't know. So I think Aaron Glenn had a good game plan last night. Like the Vikings made him look very good, but I don't really think Aaron Glenn is like that great of a coordinator. I don't know. So I think that's interesting. In terms of like where I would want guys to go, I would say I would like Ben Johnson. I think it's kind of clear, like that he's leaning. It seems like for Ben Johnson, it's down to Bears or Jaguars. I would like to see him like with Caleb Williams and those weapons on offense, but I think the Jags are probably more equipped to be a good team soon, right? So I think like if we're just looking at just next year, I think the Jags are better equipped to be good right away. I still think the Bears could be like a year out, but I could be proven wrong with that if they get a good coach. I'm not sure. But they're going to need Caleb Williams to take a big leap next year. They do have like a pretty solid defense in place. I think you could work with, and then weapons on offense, but I don't know. I think the Jags are better equipped. And another reason I'll say that the Jags are better equipped is they have a much clearer path in their division, right? Much clearer path. The Jags have to face off with, the Colts. The Texans are good, but they kind of, really struggled this year. So I would much rather face off with, the Colts and the Texans than I would, the Titans who have the number one pick in the draft. Like, I'd rather go to battle with those teams than I would with Detroit, Minnesota, Green Bay, who, as you can see on my screen, in our power rankings, Detroit, number 3, Vikings, number 5, Packers, number 6. Like, we're talking 3 of the 6 best teams in the entire NFL in one division. It's going to be hard for the Bears to kind of compete against that right away when they're kind of building up a team. So I would like, for me, I would like Ben Johnson to the Jags. I actually would like Rex Ryan to the Jets just because it would be hilarious. I would feel very bad for all my Jets fans, but I mean, the content of that would be hilarious. So I'll say I would love Rex Ryan at the Jets just because that would be hilarious. For the Bears, I don't know. Who have the Bears requested? Do we have a other than Drew Petzing? I don't know. I could see the Bears going off the radar maybe. Not off the radar, but like if they don't get Ben Johnson, like that's kind of the biggest name out there right now. So I don't really know where they would go after that. I do not think the Bears will go with like a known name though. Like if the Jets do actually get like Rex Ryan, like the Bears are not going to get anyone like that. The Bears are going to go with a younger guy, I think. They're also like we don't know this now, but like in the coming months, like there's going to be so many coordinators that change hands on these teams. Like it's going to be very interesting to track and watch for fantasy football purposes for next year. But yeah, I mean, we'll be talking about this coaching stuff all week. We'll see kind of who gets interviews. I'm not really sold on Aaron Glenn, but I saw like every team asking to interview him, which I thought was interesting. Let's take a look ahead here at the playoff lines for this week. We've got Chargers -2.5 at Houston. I would lean Chargers in this one right now, and I have done zero handicapping for this. I will have a breakdown. I'll have a breakdown on Rolling Insights for every playoff game posted. The first one will probably come out today. I don't know what order of games I'm going to go in, but there will be a breakdown for all these games individually. But that's what I'll be doing today. A lot of time going through those games. I haven't gone through any of them. This is just first look at the lines. I would lean Chargers over Texans. Ravens over Steelers big, even if Zay Flowers doesn't play. I know that the Steelers have done well against Lamar Jackson in his career. They're one of the only teams that have been able to, have some success defending him, but the Steelers are just dead in the water, in my opinion. So I would take Ravens, lean Chargers, lean Ravens, Bills -8.5 over the Broncos. I would probably lean Bills there as well, even though that's a pretty fat spread. Packers, Eagles -4.5. That will be my best bet of the playoffs, first round. Eagles -4.5. That should be a touchdown line, in my opinion, in Philly. So I will have I can just tell you right now, like I haven't even gone through these games, but my biggest play of the week will be on Eagles -4.5. That should be 6 or 7 points in Philly. Green Bay, they're kind of limping in here. They lost Christian Watson yesterday. I don't think he'll be able to play. I don't know. I think the Eagles are going to the Super Bowl. So I'll take that 4.5 all day. At home, Commanders Bucks is really fun. Sunday night, we've got Bucks -3 at home. I don't know, honestly. I guess I would lean Tampa at home, but that should be a fun game. 50.5 total, like far and away the highest total of all the games on this round. So that should be a great game, Sunday Night Football. I guess I would lean Bucks right now, but I'll have to look further into that. And then Monday night, Vikings, Rams, 47.5 total. Wow, that's an interesting stylistic matchup there too. When you talk about Kevin O'Connell versus Sean McVay and that whole thing. Man, Vikings Rams. If you're in the chat, what do you lean Vikings Rams right now? I want to say Vikings, but it is in LA. These teams played on October 24th. The Rams won by 10. I think we bet the Rams in that one. I'm pretty sure. I think that was on Monday night, and we bet the Rams. I'm pretty sure. Stafford had 279 and 4. Sam Darnold, he didn't play bad. 240 and 2. Justin Jefferson 8 for 115. I don't know. They're going to look to get Jefferson involved in that game heavily because he did nothing last night, and I don't even know. I think he caught like one pass in the second half. Just utter disaster for the Vikings. So for props, I would be very interested in maybe some like Jefferson 80 yards, Puka Nacua 80 yards parlays, something along those lines. That's probably going to jump off to me. But yeah, I don't know. That one's tough, and the Tampa one's tough. Everyone else, Eagles -4.5. I'm going to bet this after the stream. That's going to be my biggest bet of the weekend. Lean Bills, lean Ravens, lean Chargers. So lean all favorites in those first couple games, Saturday and Sunday. And then Sunday night, Monday night, maybe we could look at some dogs. I'm not sure as of now. But I'll have breakdowns up for all those games this week. Jets requested a head coach interview with 49ers quarterback coach Brian Griese. Jets, is there anyone the Jets have not asked to interview? I mean, what are we doing here? Someone asked about Joy Taylor. I don't think I'm going to comment on it, to be honest. But look, this stuff happens in, any industry, but especially that one. All I'll say is, I'm not going to comment on it really because I'm not a woman. I don't, I'm not going to pretend that I know what that's like. But if the lawsuit thing I saw, her doing that, if you make the decision to do that, that's fine. I don't have a problem with it. You can do whatever you want. You're a grown adult. But if you make the decision to do that and then backtrack and say it's like assault or whatever, then that's a problem. That's messed up. That's really messed up. So I can't obviously condone that. I think that's messed up to do that to anyone. You can't. I have no problem with her making the decision to do that. Yeah, do whatever you want. If it gets you where you want to go, it's your life. Do it. But you can't do it and make the decision to do it and then say you'll backtrack and say it's assault. That's pretty messed up. So I don't know. I'm not really gonna dive into it, but that's kind of messed up if that's true, based off of the stuff I saw. All right, before we get off, looking at exact Super Bowl kind of matchups here on FanDuel has them up. Let me see if I can see the odds here. Ravens to beat Lions 15-1. Ravens to beat Packers. Okay. I'm a little interested in Kansas City to beat Philly 18-1 in a rematch, or Philly to beat Kansas City, which is also 18-1. I might take a couple stabs on that. But yeah. All right, thank you guys for tuning in today. I'll be live tomorrow. We'll dive a little bit deeper into the playoff games tomorrow because I'll have done my research today and I'll have some breakdowns out. So tomorrow we'll talk NFL playoffs. We'll also talk some basketball tomorrow, and then we'll keep talking college football and NFL throughout the rest of the week. We'll see what happens with these coaching decisions. More stuff obviously is going to come out, throughout the day today. So we'll have more to react to there. And then, we got to talk about Deshaun Watson tomorrow too. We'll dive into that. I think there's a pretty realistic chance that Deshaun Watson never plays football again, which is pretty interesting. So we'll dive into that tomorrow as well. Yeah, thank you guys for tuning in, and see everybody tomorrow.